Oh, should we do like the clap thing? I can't clap the mic.
What do you mean?
Hi everyone, if you don't know me already, my name is Telia Griffin and I am the creator of Pluma Studio Films, and everything that you see on Pluma Studio Films, that is me. Today we are doing a reaction slash process of making expectation. So first we're gonna watch the film and do some commentary on it, and then afterwards I'm gonna go through like the whole process of how I made it and all the different things that went along with that. And today with me I have my mom here.
Hi.
Who was here with me during like the whole process from auditions all the way to the premiere. And I also have my friend Abby.
Hello.
Who's just my good friend who also was on the set at some point, and you know I talk to her about it all the time, so she knows what's up. Okay, so first I'm just gonna brief. If you haven't seen Expectations already, I guess this is the time where you can watch it on your own or you can watch it with us. But Expectations was a film that I started writing when I was still in high school. I think I started writing it in my junior year or senior year. I don't really remember. But the story was originally by another friend that I had. And so the story came from her and I just like produced it. So Expectations is about, and when you watch it, I think some people might not get it as well as some others, but what it's supposed to be about is like, well, as the title says, expectations. So it's about a girl who is kind of out looking for perfection because that's what her parents expect from her, and she also kind of takes the way her parents treat her and like applies that to other people unconsciously. And so by the end of the film she kind of realizes that that's not what she's supposed to be doing, but basically that's what it's about. So with that said, we're gonna get into it. So basically we're gonna just go scene by scene and comment in between on like whatever we want to comment on. Yes. Sorry. I didn't want to like interrupt. I'm gonna start it over.
Okay, start it over.
Okay. So that was that. So that was the park scene, the very first scene. I think that was actually the first scene. Sorry. I think that was the first. Oh my gosh.
First scene.
Yes, that's what I tried to say. I think that was the first scene we actually filmed.
Yeah.
Like we actually filmed that one in order as it should be. And we filmed for how long did we film? Well, I know crew got there earlier, obviously. I think we
5
filmed
hours.
until like a little bit before the sun set down,
Yeah,
or
it's
all the
about
way.
5 hours.
Yeah, it definitely felt longer than 5 hours, but I think we finished on time though.
Pretty much. Yes.
Yeah, we finished on time. It was probably one of the easiest scenes to edit, since it was like, I don't know, it was just two people sitting having a conversation. So it was also easy to film. The actors were literally just sitting there saying the same lines over and over again for like 50 takes.
Right, it was the extras.
Changing angles.
It was the extras.
What about the
Keeping
extras?
up with all those children.
You said the children?
The extras were mostly children, so keeping up with them, making sure that they weren't, getting into things and all of that. That was probably the most difficult part.
Oh yeah, because I think that's where we had the most extras. also that scene. And it was like a lot of kids. They weren't like young kids, but they were just like, they were like kind of teenagers.
Right.
My mom pretty much handled the extras for me the whole time.
It wasn't too bad because we had a lot of parents on set, so that helped. They kind of kept up with their own children when they needed to go to the restroom and things like that. So, but for the most part, making sure that they were ready when you all started filming, they were way across the field. So making sure that they heard, action and cut.
Yeah. Because like, okay, if you watch the bloopers video, that's why like if you see like parts where we're on the like park scene, that's why I have my sister. She's yelling action for me, and there was like one time where she accidentally like said action and she wasn't like supposed to, but like that's why we were like yelling action is because so they could hear and they would know when we would start and things like that.
So did the actors have any problem like with the right tonality that you wanted, or
With
like,
the what?
the right tonality, like the way they say things? Was that an issue?
No, not really. I really didn't have to direct the actors on like how to do it that much, because like we did like practice it beforehand. We did like the table read and things like that, and it was pretty simple, so I didn't really have to direct them on that much. It was more about like I guess like timing and when are they gonna get up and things like that. More of like the blocking.
Okay.
Yeah. Have anything else to say?
About that scene? No, I think it was. I think she made it obvious. The title. She brought that in very quick at the beginning. Expectations.
Oh yeah. I wrote that. So yeah. Yeah. That's not. I mean, it's so funny when I'm like writing scenes because like there's a lot of things that I don't intend to do, like the like foreshadowing and stuff like that. I don't intend to do that, but I end up doing it anyway, which is pretty cool though. Should I talk about like? Should this be where I talk about things you didn't notice and expectations, or should I save that for another video?
Save that for another
Okay, we're gonna save that for another video.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you probably don't notice.
Right.
So we're gonna do another video
And
for
don't
that.
go looking.
Don't go looking. No, this is the video where you can go looking because I'm allowing it.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, let's go
Okay.
to the next one.
Next scene.
Draw for Eileen. Ha!
Again? Devin, you've got to be cheating.
Let's go ahead and scales, man. Watch this. Define that.
Oh, don't worry. I will.
I'm sure you will.
I'm gonna pause. It's so funny because I'm like honestly trying not to like say the lines while they're saying it. Right. I've watched it so many times. Like we're always like quoting lines from Expectations all the time. Right. It's so funny. But so this part, like, it was really funny because Jaime, the actor playing Devin, he didn't know how to play Uno. He had never played Uno before. And it was so funny because we had to literally like teach him how to play beforehand. Like, did we teach him like on set or was it like, or was it I think it was when we did the table read. We kind of practiced it a little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I know we had the Uno cards.
4-3. Okay.
And then, do you know how to shuffle cards?
No.
I was thinking about it.
Right, but I don't know. But it's almost like the part where he didn't know how to shuffle the card, or did he not know how?
He didn't know how to shuffle.
So him saying, here, shuffle those.
Oh yeah, he gave them to
that
her.
Because he
I don't think she knew how to shuffle either, but her character is supposed to know how to shuffle.
Okay.
I guess
okay.
I don't even know.
Okay.
But I just think that's funny. Anyone else have anything to say before I continue? Okay.
Oh gosh, Devin, you need to go. I didn't tell them you were coming, and it really needs to be clean in here.
Again?
I'm sorry, I didn't think they'd be back this early.
See you again.
Bye.
Eileen.
What?
See you later, Eileen.
Yeah, okay, I hear you, Devin. Bye.
I have a question. So why was she like in such a hurry to get him out if like Like, why was that such a big deal?
So basically, like, it's not like she can't have friends over or anything. It's just like she was saying, like, she didn't tell her parents that she had a friend over or anything. So like the expectation is that like her parents would be mad if they saw him over and she didn't like ask for permission or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. So it was supposed to be like, okay, I don't know what their reaction is going to be, so let me just make sure that I'm not doing anything to upset them.
Oh yeah, and she was supposed
know
to have
what
it
I'm
clean, and they had kind of like messed up
A
also.
little bit. So yeah, it was kind of like that. She
Okay.
didn't really know, even though he's been there before. It was almost like she didn't know if they were going to have some type of reaction, negative reaction to knowing that he's there, and they didn't know he was there. You know.
Yeah,
so,
they didn't know.
You know what I mean? Even though it was okay, she didn't ask them first. She didn't tell them first. So
Okay.
just like that, I think that's pretty normal. For me, I saw it to be pretty normal because I'm a parent. So, you know, it's okay for my children's friend to have, or my kids' friend to have, kids to have their friends over. But if I'm in the bedroom and I don't know they're here, and then I walk out and I'm like, wait a minute, you know. So kind of like that. I think that was pretty normal, you know, for her to be, you know, saying, no, get out, because they come and they don't know you're here. I didn't see that to be strange, but it probably was.
Maybe since it was a guy friend, so I thought
Okay, yeah,
like,
that
maybe there
too.
was something.
That too, yeah. No, it was just like, yeah, she didn't know how they were gonna react.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
yeah. It's so funny because like in this film, it just makes it seem like she only has one friend, but like
Yeah.
there was no reason to put any other friends in there. So
Now we can't talk about like thoughts about what we know went on.
what do you mean?
During the filming, I do know some stuff that happened
Like what?
when they were putting up the food and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like at one point, they just threw the bowl and all that in the trash.
Oh, did they? Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't caught on film, but I was standing there, so it was funny to me.
But you can talk about that.
Oh.
That kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
That would be in the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
But
and then the fact that him putting the blanket behind the couch.
that was so
I
funny.
thought that was weird.
Did he like do that and then we say, oh, you should do that? Or
Oh no, I think he did it like impromptu, right? And because I was watching and I was like, oh my gosh, why is he putting that behind the couch? It was funny.
yeah, it was funny.
And then my thoughts also was, yeah, Dad's gonna find that, you know.
Like it's stuck
Right.
behind the couch.
It's missing from the couch, you know, because originally it lays on the couch. So, yeah. Okay.
That is also in the bloopers video if you go watch that. Anything else? Moving on.
Eileen, we've got something for you.
For me?
Of course.
Don't ruin it.
Yes, sir.
Why are you
Because
laughing?
Dad is back here checking out stuff in the background. You know
That's
what
what
I'm
he's
saying?
supposed to do.
I know, but it's just so funny. Like, what is he doing back there? Yeah, I'm sorry.
The groceries away. Elaine, did you work this counter?
Yes?
You see this?
What?
We're probably about to say the same thing.
You know what I'm about to say. They were not eating Cheetos.
What?
They were not eating Cheetos.
What are you talking
They
about?
They put Dorito chips or tortilla chips in the bag to put up.
Yeah.
Why is there a hot Cheetos crumb on the counter?
That's not hot Cheeto.
What is that?
It's cake. I think it's cake. It was a cake.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't remember if we like made a cake that day or something, but yeah, it was cake. It just happened, like it literally just happened to be on the counter, and we were thinking when we got to that part, we were thinking, what are we gonna like put on the counter? Like, what would he get mad about? That's like so.
Oh my gosh.
Like
okay.
that's like petty, you know. So I was like,
Oh,
oh, there's some
yeah,
crumbs
it's
right
petty
here.
either
Let's
way.
do this.
It's petty. said it either way, but I
Yeah.
was like, okay, so that's not a hot Cheeto because they
Nah.
were eating snacks. So I'm thinking,
I mean, but even if they weren't eating that, like, it could have still been on the
On the
counter from,
counter.
like, another time, you know?
like for how long ago? Cause
Yeah.
that okay, but the little crumb.
Anyway.
Answer me. Do you see this?
Yes?
Does this look clean to you?
No, sir. But I'm sure that I wiped
Why?
it down.
I don't want to hear it. Listen. The next time I find something that you haven't done like we asked, my voice isn't the only thing that I'm going to raise. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Put the groceries away, clean that up.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel intimidated by the dad?
I thought it was a little bit comedic, just like the way he did it.
Wait, why?
I don't know. I guess like it just kind of seems that way to me. But I remember you told me that you were really impressed with his acting.
When it, well, I'm not gonna talk about the auditions, but even during the film and like editing it, like I was intimidated. Like, I don't know, that made me feel some kind of way. But what I love about this, my favorite part of this scene is that the dad did not even have a mic on.
Right.
His voice was being captured by Eileen's mic, which was really cool. So, and he also wasn't very loud either, like when we filmed it. So I was surprised that it like caught his voice too.
Wait, so was the dad implying that he was gonna hit her with that last?
So okay,
Sound like
great
it,
question, great question. Because so what happened was, when we were going over that part before the day that we shot it, like I was trying to figure out. I was like rereading like the script, and for that specific line, I didn't really know what to put there, and so. Like, I asked my dad, like, what would you say? You know, and then we had kind of, like, a draft of something, but it still wasn't, like, perfect. And so then when we got to, like, filming it, I asked Alfred, who plays the dad, I asked him, like, I was like, you can just put whatever you want to put there. And that's what he came up with. So I don't think it was supposed to, like, I don't think he had any specific meaning to it, but it's implied that it's
That's what it
something
sounded
threatening.
like. That's
See,
what I got
I
from
actually
it,
didn't
too.
even think about, I didn't think that would be, like, the meaning of that until, like, recently.
Oh.
Like,
Right.
like actually, like, I didn't know.
Because his character wasn't physically abusive to his
Yeah.
daughter or anything.
Yeah.
So I knew that, but I was like, that's what it sounded like. Sound like he's so
Yeah.
fed up that that's the way it may get.
Right.
You know, for a crumb on the counter.
Yeah.
So that part was more like the actor's choice, you would say. Like,
Yeah, that part was the
okay.
actor's choice. Yeah. I did not write that. I wouldn't want to say, but I think that would be for the things you didn't notice video.
Okay.
But I will talk about. Let me go back. Actually, is the part where Devin is looking through the window. That part is so interesting because like so it was filmed in our apartment, our old apartment, and it just so happened that the blinds to our porch door were like there was like when we moved in there was already like one of the blinds was broken off, and so there was already a hole there. And so when we got to that part, we were like, okay, how are we gonna have like Devin look through the window? And we were like, oh, this hole is right here, perfect for him to look through. You know, it was literally like the perfect like
Right.
coincidence.
Right.
So that was pretty cool to have there.
So the batter looks pretty good. We've got the oven set to 350. All right, Eileen, the cake is in the oven. The dishes are done, just like you asked. So,
those text messages, if you didn't get this before, the reason why Devin is texting her is because he saw what had happened the day before.
Oh.
That is the reason for the text.
Okay.
So they're not just there. Also, I made
Right,
these texts.
so that's why he's asking her, you all good with the sad face?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, the sad face is her, but she put that. That's his profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got that. Okay.
Don't forget to hold the mic up
Isn't it
when you
like
talk.
Okay.
really interesting that she's texting her guy friend while
While she's on a date?
date?
Well, because she doesn't think of him like that, you know.
I guess, yeah.
So, and it's not like he knows the date
Yeah.
that she's texting him. They're not saying anything weird, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
When Jackson was calling out all of the things they had done with the cake, and he says, you know, the oven is set to whatever time, and he says, he said it's at a timer for, did he say 50 minutes or 15 minutes?
He says 15. It was supposed to be 45?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
No. I don't know. It was not supposed to be 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I think we only have like one take where he said the correct time. So we're like, you know what? Maybe it's a small cake. Maybe
Right.
it cooks quickly. You never know. 15 minutes, who cares?
Okay.
It doesn't matter because it burns anyway.
Right.
Okay.
is in the oven. The dishes are done, just like you asked. So, what do you say we watch a movie? What? The cake.
I wish that there was more fog there. For that scene. Like we had put fog, but you can't really see it. I just wish there was more fog there. We didn't have real smoke. It was fog.
Wait, so the movie was only 15 minutes? Cause
That they watched?
Yeah.
No. The movie was
It was
longer.
longer, and that's why.
That's why the cake
Okay.
burned. Yeah.
Jackson, why weren't you watching the cake?
Oh, man. I guess I got caught up in the movie.
Yeah, you think? And you almost burned my house down.
Whoa. Hey, I didn't mean to. I said sorry, didn't I?
Yeah, and you know what else you can do? You can leave.
What? Are you serious?
You heard me.
Fine, then.
Any comments before we move on to the next scene?
I like Jackson.
He did the dishes.
I know.
I mean, he wasn't a bad guy, right?
I think it's interesting how she immediately went to blame him for not
For
watching.
the cake.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there too, girl.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Actually, go ahead.
Well, he set the timer, remember?
Oh, so
True.
it's kind
Did the
of like,
timer not go off?
Apparently
I
it
love how I'm
did.
asking that as if I didn't write it. But
Right.
Like,
But you know, the movie was longer, so if the timer went off, or maybe he didn't set it,
mm-hmm.
you know, so maybe that's why she blamed him.
Oh, okay.
At least we're going to say that.
Okay.
Moving on. All right. Can I get you guys anything else?
Do you want anything else? It's on me.
I think that's all.
Oh,
That'll be all.
this is the scene that Abby is in. So if you look in the background, you'll see her.
I need a new dress. We can try this another day.
Try this another day? No, you had one opportunity to get this right. There is no other day.
Eileen!
Shut up.
That is my favorite line from this film, I think. No, you only had one opportunity to get this right. There is no other day. I love that line. What was I going to say about this scene? I forgot.
Well, I don't know if this would be behind the scenes or.
Just it at this point. If anything,
I just know that as many times as you know, you all went over it, of course, I was
Yeah.
entertaining in the background, and so
Oh yeah, if you also watched My Mom is in this scene, She's pretty much in every shot in the background, so you will see her.
But so, and we were just talking and kind of passing time, you know, ordering food and different things. And we kept hearing you all go over it, how you want to do it.
Oh,
and when the
y'all
time
were like listening.
Yeah, because because y'all would say action, and so we knew what was about to happen. Every time you would say it, but when it actually happened, we were all shocked because we had gotten so used to it not happening, I guess. And so if you're watching and you see some of the people's like, what just happened?
They had real reactions,
right? Because
even like the employees of the restaurant, like even they were looking. Right. In the background. There was like there's that couple
in the back,
standing watching us film. Right. But yeah, we practiced that when I actually in the bloopers video when I edited the bloopers video. I didn't even realize we had practiced it that many times and that they messed up that many times also when we practiced it. And so I was like, I'm so glad we actually like practiced it beforehand before we actually like shot it because we could only shoot it in one take. Also because like the restaurant was closing because we also started late for certain reasons. We'll talk about that later. But
now
for one take.
Is the scene that we really wanted, is that in the bloopers? The one that after she walked away, that's in the bloopers? Mm-hmm. Okay, I haven't seen that yet. I need to go watch that.
I thought I showed you.
I started watching it and then had to do some other things, but I need to finish it because I love that scene.
Watch the bloopers video.
Yeah.
Guys. It shows a lot of things.
Did I just get ditched?
Yep, you just did.
I do really like how the quality of the sound was like very sharp and like you can
hear the scene.
Everything.
Yeah, it was well, I guess it's because it was the middle of the night, it had I think this is when it stopped raining because it rained that day also. So we did like the inside scene first, and then when it stopped, we went outside. But it was really quiet that night. Even like this is a technical thing, but like the like sounds of like the crickets and stuff that you hear were not there. Mm-hmm. Also, I think the clip that you see of her outside, like I think it actually had no audio. And so the audio is coming from the camera that's inside also. So that might be also why it's like quieter, Okay. But
so question, why did he not like open the door wide? Like, did he not look at
We'll talk about that at the end. That's a technical thing.
Okay.
It's not any like special thing, but like I'll talk about that later.
Thank you.
She is not crying, guys. Just so you know. I know she's like sniffling with tissue, but she is not crying.
Okay.
Think about like when you, I'm just telling you, because I'm pretty sure people thought that she was crying. Yeah. Or I think someone like asked me if she was like crying for this part. And I was like, no, she's not crying. She's just sniffling because she's coming in from the cold, basically. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nothing.
I was gonna say, even in scenes where she is crying.
Well, no, just this scene.
Oh, okay, but
I'm
she is
right here.
She is crying in some scenes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The scene, I think she only cries in one scene, or two scenes. But that's because I was like, I can't have her crying in every scene. That's so. She's already unlikable. So like.
I like that. Oh my god.
You like her after some time.
Her.
I guess.
She's just misunderstood.
Yeah, she's misunderstood. So. Anyway.
I cannot believe he did that.
What happened?
I was on a date with Alex from our stats class. It was actually going pretty well until he spilled his drink all over me.
Sounds like something you would do.
Don't even.
But like, was ruining your dress so wrong?
Look, I had a checklist and everything.
Oh, I was about to say, Devin, when he's like Baker.
Baker.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I was like, Devin's so he was like that character that would be telling the other characters they're being like stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. He's that guy. He's the best friend. So he should be like that, right? He's not a suck up.
But we can't talk about, him not wanting to let her in the house. Because it almost seemed like,
What do you mean?
like when she came to the door, he like he didn't open it all the way.
No, I told you there's a reason for that.
Okay, but
It's not any specific reason for the in the film.
right, but to me it looked like I got somebody else here. You weren't
it's
invited.
the middle of the night. Like
Oh, well,
opening,
it's no-
like, who are you?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Okay.
It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You have anything to say?
It really shows like how her character was like very similar to her parents in a way, like in that they have really like high standards, even if it's like a little bit unreasonable. So
That part especially, yeah.
it really
Like she's like, it doesn't matter if I like cake or not. Like I kind of think it does, but okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like sounds like her parents are shaping her. You know what I'm saying? She's taking on that perfected aggression. She's like she's like being aggressive in others being perfect in what they're doing in regards to her, kind of like her parents. But I don't see her as being like her parents, but it's definitely having an impact on her. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Either way.
Yeah.
Expectations.
But really, I mean, is it so as young people, like, do y'all not have like high expectations? Not in the manner of being abusive, but do y'all have high expectations when it comes down to whether it's dating or just generally speaking things that
Well, I think it's different depending on the person.
So you're saying she was over the top?
Well, because she is kind of like nitpicking at like little things that don't really matter.
What if it actually did matter to her?
Well, okay, that's like a,
Okay, so that's
like,
another video.
Well, no, that's like for example, like Jackson burning the cake, right? Or like being a baker, like. Okay, he burnt a cake, right? But you were also there, first of all. But
yeah, I was there. So he burnt the cake, and I'm speaking in reality. If the guy burns a cake, she don't really like cake, but she wants somebody that can bake a cake. I mean,
is that a high
expectation? Generally, is that too high of an expectation?
Yes.
To want somebody who can bake.
It's not even that it's a high expectation. It's just a dumb expectation.
Why would it be dumb? I mean, because you
for
can
why?
go buy a cake. Well,
no, just for why?
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't have to be.
Like you want a guy it's a deal breaker for you. The guy can't bake a cake.
Not necessarily. I think
I'm talking about like for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like her expectation was that he came over, he could bake a cake, and he failed at that. But evidently, he led her to believe he could, right?
Well,
at least he attempted.
He failed at making a cake.
Well, he attempted. She didn't appreciate his attempt.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think that is where the wrong comes in. But for her to say, I want a guy that can bake, I don't think it's anything. I don't think that expectation is too high.
I don't think that's a high precision to say. Okay, I think it's a high expectation, not something you can't want. Like you can want a guy to like be able to bake a cake, but like it shouldn't be a deal breaker if you can't bake a cake.
So her getting upset,
you can learn how to bake a cake.
If he led her to believe that he could, and he didn't,
we don't know if he led her or not.
I'm just saying if. And he didn't. We're going back to her expectations being high and being upset and kicking him out because it didn't work out. Like Was
I
that
think
really?
she was just more mad that the cake was burnt. Not necessarily that he failed at making a cake. Well, she said, you almost burnt my house down. So, like, I don't think it was about the cake as much as it was burning the house down.
But she kicked him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's her personality.
What do you think?
I think she was just like working off of her fears of like, you know, and that pressure from her parents kind of like illustrated that a bit more. Because, I mean, so like he burned the cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was more like reacting kind of, well, obviously, I mean, you should be a little like distressed that something's burning.
I would have been laughing personally, but
yeah, but like that shouldn't like you shouldn't jump to conclusions so easily. So I think that was something that was.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like she just also doesn't take responsibility. Though.
Yeah, she like that blame shifting.
Yeah,
that was
all the blame is on the guys. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then think about her relationship with her father. You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, that's the idea.
So she's
though.
directing her anger or disappointment with the guys because her father has such high expectations of her. So she's expecting them to have those high, you know.
That's the idea. That's what the film was about.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I just figured that out, didn't I?
Okay, Mom.
Okay, I'm done. Let's move along.
Okay.
I can't believe she's not home already. Eileen, is that you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think it's so funny.
Yeah,
Like, why does he look so mad?
Dad did not. I mean, he is not like.
Maybe he's already thinking, why is my daughter not home?
I'll be thinking, this guy here.
Just enjoy the movie, man, that you're watching.
Look at his hands.
He's like, he's not even like, he's like tense.
See, I told you he was funny. Like,
Okay, in that sense, yeah.
I don't know.
I just love like
and then his eyes, because he's sitting there like
the way
this.
he like slowly looks over when she like comes in the room is so funny to me. Anyway,
Eileen, is that you?
Yeah.
You give her one privilege, and all she does is take advantage of it.
I'll be glad.
my chair is so squeaky every time I move. Okay.
I don't want to talk about Dad.
Why?
Dad is over the top.
I think we did that part in one take. Also, he was too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad's over the top. He stayed in character the whole time.
Yep. It's so funny because I had literally forgot what his original personality was after like we did the auditions because that was like the only image I had of him.
Right, because that was during those takes right there during that time when we did the dinner. That's when I got to remember or see his original personality.
Yeah. I was doing other stuff, so I didn't even.
He was in character the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
You have anything for that
So
scene?
how old is the main character?
Eileen?
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like 19, somewhere in that range, like between high school and college.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's usually like the time where like parent and child conflict is like the highest.
Get out of my house. You're not paying rent. No,
Yeah.
not like that, but yeah, pretty
so
much.
I think that's like a very realistic kind of conflict that you brought in there. So.
I can't remember like when me and my old friend were writing this story, like I had like the old document where like we wrote like the details or whatever, but I can't remember if we had like this part in it or not, or like if I came up with that part on my own when I was like writing the script. But most of it is pretty much the same as what we originally had, so yeah.
You know, it seemed petty though.
It's supposed to be petty.
It seemed petty him kicking her out
It's
because she
supposed
didn't
to be
have her
petty.
phone. But at her age, him taking the phone as punishment just seemed kind of weird too.
It's because your daughter is very uncreative.
What?
I mean, like, okay.
No.
I'm saying, like, okay. Well, like I said, since it wasn't my story, I didn't really want to change too much. But also, like, for that part, like, I didn't really know what else to, like.
No, that's not
Okay.
that's not bad writing. I'm saying, you know,
I'm just saying.
just the portrayal of that part. You know, I know parents do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm
So,
saying
okay, what would you suggest that he could have did?
I'm not saying I'm saying that he was over the top, trying to take her phone because she came in late. She, you know what I'm saying?
If I were to, like, rewrite this, I would probably write in something more like maybe she had somewhere to be and she had, like, her own car and they took away, like, her car or something.
Like her keys or something.
Right.
And, like, then
That
she
makes
couldn't, like,
more
make it somewhere.
sense.
Right, that made
Yeah.
more sense.
If we were to go more into it, then I would have did something like that.
I don't know. Dad was over the top, but I like Dad.
That's his character.
Yeah.
So.
Now let's talk about Mom though, because Mom was in the background when he said when he was talking about that dress.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was in the back, blinking her eyes like, "Please don't hit me." She was standing back flinching. You know what I'm saying?
I was surprised that Victoria, the actress, I was surprised that she didn't, like, flinch when he yelled at her. I think I flinched behind the camera, which is funny, but
Yeah,
I was
she was used to
I think
it.
I think she was used to it already. But I know we did. I'm pretty sure we only did that one in one take, so that's why I was kind of surprised that she did it. But yeah. Okay.
That when she's gone, that's less money for us to spend.
I don't think she had.
Sorry, I just like this is supposed to be for the other video, but I just like.
Why did she throw away the dress? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I
No,
supposed
go ahead. You're
why,
fine.
like, why throw away the dress? It's so pretty.
You can wash it.
Can you just get a new one?
Yeah, I guess she was just really
Funny.
mad.
Yeah, it was like, I guess like what is it? It had how do you describe?
Act of defiance.
No, like the dress was like, I guess it would be kind of like a traumatic trigger kind of thing. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to say, but something like that.
Kind of like throwing your boyfriend cheating on you and you throw his, PlayStation
something
off
like
the
that.
balcony
Yeah.
and break
Yeah,
it.
like
Okay,
something like
okay,
that, yeah.
okay. I understand now.
Okay, but look, I just noticed something.
You give her one privilege. No,
This is supposed to be for the other video, but I'm gonna show anyway because
I'll be
my
glad when
face.
she's gone. That's less.
What the heck is that?
I know.
In the
It's
background.
a cord.
On the stairs.
It's a cord.
It looks like the door hanger thing, like the that you put on the back of the door.
Oh
to
no,
hang
that's for
stuff
another
on.
video stuff you saw.
I'm saying I
It's
just happened to
supposed to be
notice it
there.
now. And
No, that's not what that was. I think it was a cord. Like a
no,
telephone.
but that's what it looks like.
Like a
'cause
phone
it's got
cord.
like loops and things. It's got like hooks.
Oh, it does look like it have hooks.
Yeah.
Where would that have been?
I don't know, and I don't know why it would be
And
there.
why would it have been there?
Oh, maybe it was like on the wall or something. Or maybe it was on the. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Was it the little key thing that hang on the wall?
It wasn't that. Because we didn't get that until.
How did you get it? Did they throw it at her or something when she
No.
left?
No. It had nothing to do with the scene. Anyway, I just noticed that.
Less money for us to spend.
You left your file in my house.
Now she can go back home.
Are you okay?
I guess that is true. She got her phone, so.
You know what I'm saying?
But she don't want to go back home.
I don't know, but he said you can, until you find the phone. Well, we found the phone. Now you can go back home. I'm gonna stop.
You just laughed.
Because I just noticed that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it so many times.
You're just not
And it
noticing.
just came to my mind. Hey, you can go home now.
And that's the idea. She is crying here. You cannot see her tears, but they are there.
Until I'm gone. Can you imagine how that makes me feel?
Why are you laughing? I know these kind of scenes are like, I can never not laugh.
Because Devin, like, his character has been so funny until I could just see him just start busting out crying. Like
here, him crying,
like him crying too.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm
but
sorry.
That would be so weird.
I know. Okay, it's okay. As you are.
You know what?
Oh wait, y'all have anything else to say about that scene? Before.
So why did you choose the transition with the puddle and then
To transition?
yeah? It's just
I didn't
there was
choose that.
water.
Actually, what happened was, I did not even know we had that shot until I started editing it because Cade, my DP, he got with my siblings and did that shot. So he did that on his own. And then I just happened to find it later and I was like, hey, where did you get this shot?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is a pretty good shot. Because I originally, I don't think I had anything to transition it. So, So, what are you guys doing over here?
I'm looking at puddles.
Oh. That's good for the shot, for the film?
For the environment. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, twins. Okay, I see. I'm trying to, I don't know what to do for BTS, so here I am.
You know what y'all should do?
What?
Both of y'all?
Props to Cade. Shout out to Cade.
Shout out to Cade.
Any comments?
Was it warm?
In the Ferris wheel?
Yes.
Was it warm? I don't have like a specific memory of it being warm, but it was not cold in there. So I think it was warm. Yeah. It was pretty big too. I think you could probably fit you could probably squeeze 8 people in there. I would say 6,
Oh,
but
so did you bring the camera on the...
yeah, so we brought the camera on the Ferris wheel. We had 2 cameras. And so you have Eileen and Devin, and then me, my sister, and Cade on the other side filming them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we did it. And yes, I do know that the transition from the Ferris wheel to then here is kind of weird, but that's only because they told us the Ferris wheel was only gonna go around 3 times, and it went around 10 times. And instead it goes up to the top. I think this might be the end.
They're setting up, or no?
Oh yeah. If this is the end.
This is
Oh no, we're going again! Oh my goodness! And so we were waiting for it to stop so we could get the shot of them coming out, but we didn't know when it was gonna stop.
Right.
And then when it finally did stop, we were kind of rushed to get out, so we ended up not getting the shot.
Leah, I wasn't ready.
To transition there, so that happened, but it was fun being up there. So yeah.
Do you even hear yourself?
You know what, Devin? You're not the friend that I thought you'd be anymore.
Do you have something to say?
When she turned around, I think that was the best that I saw her in natural. It looked
Acting?
as though, yes, it
Really?
looked as though she was shocked at what he said to her. You know what I'm saying? He said, what did he say? I saw your dad the other night.
Mm-hmm.
She turned around. I was like, oh my gosh. What? Yeah, just watching her throughout and watching the movie over and over again, that I think that was the most natural reaction that I saw. Even though it's small, that was very natural because I saw her on set.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could see the acting and all of that. But just seeing this part right here back, I think that was the most natural reaction to that, to what he said.
I also think this part was the peak of like his acting too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. This is where they finally, or not finally, but I think this is where they kind of like really got into it because like, I think it's because of like the space, because at first them two, they've only been in like little like rooms together or whatever, and it was like just them, and then like here, they're out in the open. There's other people around, they can project their voices more, right. If they want to yell, they can yell, things like that.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Eileen? You're right. I'm not personally.
What? 4 minutes of footage left?
Well, yeah, I think we already said that he was like both of them had that opportunity to expand more because they were out in the open or whatever. I think he did a good job of disappearing.
That's my favorite part. About that scene.
I don't see him
it's the
anywhere.
way he disappeared.
Yeah,
because I can't even remember. I'm not gonna say where he disappeared to, but like when I told him where to go, I was surprised at how fast he got there because I'm holding the camera that's facing Eileen. So since I'm so focused on her, by the time I turned around, I was like, where did he go? I didn't know where he went. He got there really quickly. I was surprised. But that's one of my favorite parts about this scene. Anything else? No?
Did you ever do anything right?
It's like basic.
You crawl. Come on. Let's get out of this call.
show that missed call on the phone.
Say it again for the people.
You should have shown that missed call on her phone.
I did in fact have a shot of the missed call.
Oh, for real?
But there's like a couple of different shots that I had that I didn't use. And I think it's because I needed it to stay under 20 minutes.
Okay.
Like for like submissions and stuff, but that's one of the main reasons I didn't have that shot. Yeah. That's all.
Oh, man.
Anything else? Anyone want to say anything before we move to the next scene?
It just looked like they gelled really well. I guess that's from,
At this point in time.
Yeah, it looks like they just naturally,
I can't remember. I think we filmed this scene actually like before some of the other scenes. I think. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the schedule. But yeah.
Where's Luke? He's supposed to be here.
I don't know, but Eileen.
All right, let's go. Blow it up.
Yeah.
The end. Goodbye, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Any comments about that scene?
I was wondering like how the like guys kind of knew each other or like how they got.
So, yeah, so like there are certain things you have to like really like pay attention to, like things that like the characters say. But if you look at the scene at Devin's house, like Eileen mentions like different classes that the other guys are from.
I was on a date with Alex from our stats class. Can you believe Jackson from our English class almost burnt down my apartment?
So like they had like classes together.
Oh.
Or whatever. That's how they all like know each other. Yeah.
I think overall it was a good. I really enjoyed it. I watch it over and over again a whole lot. I know a lot of the lines by heart. I kind of interject them into my daily life. I interject them a lot into my. It's so
Every
pretty.
day.
Oh, it's so pretty. This is so pretty.
I think okay, wait. Most repeated line. I'm in the kitchen.
Eileen, where are you?
I'm in the kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. What are some other ones? Joe, what are some other lines that we repeat? I know yours is always I'm in the kitchen. I don't know.
I like this when in the first scene when Luke is calling out for Eileen. We like to say how because yeah, they're like Eileen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When she's walking
because
out.
like it was so funny because okay, I don't know why everyone had like a problem with her name and like how to say it, even though I said multiple times how to say it, but everyone like says it differently. It's Eileen.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, if y'all didn't know. I think it's because of like the spelling too. Oh, some people like Kate would always say Aileen.
Aileen, right?
Yeah. It's Eileen with an A.
And then different people with different accents. You know
What do
what I'm
you
saying? They say it different because their accent is different.
Well, if you have an accent, that's different.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, any favorite scenes or least favorite scenes? Say what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something. Okay, well, that's my question to y'all. Favorite scenes or least favorite scene? And why?
I liked when Eileen's parents were coming back home and like they were quickly.
They were like rushing to clean
I thought
up.
that was funny. And just like the scenes with the dad, I thought were really interesting. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there when it was being filmed. So that was one of my favorite scenes. But it was from, I guess, the view that I had. With
It's your favorite because you were there.
because I was there, but this view I had of Devin, jumping up and throwing, jumping up over the couch and throwing the blanket over the back or whatever, going really fast, and them two run into the kitchen and they seem not to be able to get that food back put away, quick enough. But that was a pretty good scene there. I don't know. I've seen I was there, so it's hard to really pick a favorite.
I also liked when the drinks spilled and like the
kitchen, the restaurant scene.
Yeah, I thought that
I really
was
like the restaurant scene.
Yeah.
It's like the climax, kind of, yeah. But
Oh, he was so goofy.
Maddie.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
plays Alex.
Alex. Oh yeah, he was just over the top. He just knew he had this girl. You know what I'm saying?
This is character.
I know, but he was like overly, confident, I guess. He knew he was doing the right things. And then, did I just get ditched?
Did I just get ditched?
I think like when I watched the full film, like from my perspective, I guess, but like when I watched the whole thing, like as like the creator, I feel like, and not just because of how it was like made or anything, but like I don't know why I feel like my favorite scene is actually like the very first scene, the setup, basically. Like it's very simple, but like I feel like just that scene itself is like very. I feel like it's just a good like opening for the film. It gets you like right into like it's like immediate conflict. You kind of see her personality like right away. things like that.
And he looked really lost at her reaction to everything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The date was over. I gotta go get my little sister or whatever. And then her reaction, to that, he was like shocked, like I didn't know this was that kind of date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he almost seemed like he wasn't even like. I don't know where he thought he was at, but that's funny.
Right, he didn't know he was on a real date. That's what that was. Aline.
What, Aline?
It doesn't. You know what? You talked about the first scene being like kind of like your favorite. It was the easiest, and I'm gonna say why. We were. It was like being prepared for that first scene. I guess because it was the first, we were like absolutely prepared from as far as much prepared as we could be, because we didn't know what would happen once we got to the park, and the setup. We wasn't totally clear because we hadn't done that yet, but we got there, we mapped it out, and it went so well. It went really well.
The weather was so nice that day.
The weather was nice enough, except for.
Don't say that.
Oh, okay, I won't say that. But yeah, everything. Yeah, the weather turned out to be really, really good. And then the angles that you got. The park that had the background, because the other side of the park
liked that park. It was a nice like setup. Oh, it was like the perfect location too, because like in that area it was like perfectly sectioned out.
Right.
For that
it was
setting.
It
was a good pick. Okay, so Abby is gonna leave, but we are going to answer some questions that other people have had about the film and just go a little bit more into that. So, goodbye.
Bye, Abby.
Okay, so now we're going to answer some questions about expectations that some other people had for me specifically, and about the film and about even like Pluma Studios in general. So yeah, Mother.
Okay. So the question was about Devin and Eileen. It appeared that they were going in a romantic direction or a more intimate direction. It was obvious that Devin liked her as more than a friend. So the question was, why didn't they actually go there?
So the reason for that is partially because the person who gave me the story, we didn't originally write that into it, and so since I wasn't kind of like consulting with that person for the story anymore, I didn't want to change anything just to not have any like issues with that. And then also another reason for them not really going into that romantic relationship is because I felt like it would take away from what the story was really about. Because if I were to add in them having like a romantic relationship, people would think, oh, so this is about how she realizes that her friend is really the one for her, things like. But that's not what it's about at all. And so maybe if the story was more extended, I would have added a little bit more of that in. But for the sake of what it's supposed to be about and the fact that it's a short film, I wanted to keep it centered towards her relationship with her parents more than her relationship with Devin. And Devin was just more like a support character, just to kind of help her realize that what she was like, that to help her realize that she was kind of taking things too far. So yeah, that's the reason for that.
Okay, so, and to go along with that, a second part of that would be the question about, do you see there being a possibility of an extended version of this or second version?
It's so funny when people ask me if there's going to be like a part 2 to this story, because in my head, I'm like, why?
Well,
I mean, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know from like the audience perspective. If they want a part 2, I mean, I'm glad that you guys would want a part 2. Then
Yeah, because
personally,
because at the end of the movie, you know, so it's like she's happy, she's moving into a new place. It's like she's starting, you know, fresh and everything. It just seems like there will be something, you know, we want to see what happened, you know.
Yeah, like you guys probably want to see like the happily ever after kind of thing or something.
Well, not necessarily because it doesn't have to go.
Well, I just think with like this, like if I were to redo it and maybe do it like better, maybe a part 2. I just personally don't really see a reason for a part 2. Like,
okay,
I just don't really see a reason to have part 2. So
okay,
there will not be a part 2 expectations, but yes.
But what?
But yes.
No part 2, but maybe a sequel.
Not a sequel. I'll tell you, there is something else related.
Okay, so we'll just table that for now.
Yes. Keep that in your brain. There's something else.
See what we can expect later on down the line. Okay, let's go to the number, another question that was asked. Is this the type of movie you see yourself doing on a, you know, different level? Like this type of movie, if you understand what I'm saying.
What do you mean on a different level?
Like, is this the direction? Like, you want to do movies like this? Is this the direction you want to go in?
So
with other projects and stuff, is this the direction? Like this type of movie, family, conflict, you know, things like that.
So
based on true stories.
That's what I was saying. So I know the question was like, would I be doing more films like based on true stories or things like that? My answer to that is like, I'm not opposed to doing true stories or like other people's stories. It's just kind of a little bit of a different process for doing like a based on a true story. Just because like if it's not my personal story, then it would be similar to this one where I just kind of like get the story from another person and I just kind of write it. It really depends on the story, but I'm not opposed to making based on true stories. It's not like I don't have like a set genre or anything like that. I will not be doing horror films. That's all I know. And but I mostly lean towards like dramas, trying to do some more like romance stories or romantic comedies, things like that.
Okay, so this is digging a little deeper into characters. This question here, the question came in. It said, "Was Dad a hard role to fill?"
Was he a hard? No. Well, like, what do you mean by was he a hard role to fill? Like, was it hard to find a dad?
To find a dad to fit that character.
Not really. So I'll say this, like, out of the options that we had, I think all the people who auditioned for dad had the potential of being the dad. There were just like certain factors why we didn't pick them as a dad. Like, okay, like for example, obviously since they're a family, you know, they need to be like a lookalike or something like that, right? But all the people who auditioned to be the dad, I think, had potential of being the dad. They all did it pretty well. But the reason why I picked Alfred, and maybe I should talk about this in the next video, but I'll talk about it now just for today. But the reason why I picked Alfred as the dad is because when he came in, it was like the first time he did it. It was.
Now I can agree with that.
He was the only one that I felt intimidated by, and that's the kind of dad I was looking for. So.
And not once have you done anything that we expect from you, Eileen. You know what? Give me your phone.
That was the reason for us picking him. So.
Okay.
So, but I don't think it was a hard role to fill.
Okay. Okay. Next question was, how many actors or actresses auditioned for the roles, like collectively? Like how many people actually reached out to audition total?
I feel like this should be talked about in the next video.
Okay, well, we can skip that one, and you all stay tuned to get that answers to that question.
Yeah, so you guys,
if you submitted that, you'll have to watch.
We will have a part 2 where I go through the whole process of making this film, like from auditions all the way up until the premiere, because I feel like it is something that I feel like filmmakers are very like I feel like they kind of gatekeep a little bit. Like, like people don't like to talk about like how they made their films like in depth.
Wow.
I want to talk about all the details.
Okay. So
if you guys are looking for something like that, that is what we're gonna do in the next video.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the scene where you can see the dog in the background. Were they a part of
the what? The dog?
I'm gonna make you go back and look at it to see if you see the dog in the background. I don't know if there's a dog in the baground. I was thinking about the park scene.
I know there's a dog barking sound.
Right.
That is a fake dog, guys.
For real?
A lot of the clips in the park scene did not have audio, so I found audio.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is awesome. I wouldn't have known.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, there were dogs at the park, but there were no like barking dogs.
So let me ask this: were they eating for real?
Any food that was eaten for real. It was real food.
Okay. Okay. What were they eating
during the park scene?
At the park scene.
Carrots and fruit, fruits and vegetables. It
Oh,
was a
really?
picnic.
Okay.
And pretzels. So I actually like asked them beforehand what they would like to eat, and then I brought that for them. Anyway, I think that's enough questions for today. If you guys
overall, one more question. Overall.
You're gonna cut me off. Okay.
I'm sorry, but just one question. Overall,
what were my expectations for the film, and how did they change?
I use the word expectations a lot.
What's your question?
No, I was just going to ask overall, are you pleased with the outcome of expectations?
Okay, yeah. So I'll answer the question. So before I made the film, I wrote it. I had a moment where I wasn't gonna make it. Then Cade was actually the one who told me I should still make it. Props to him again. And so it was kind of done on a whim. You know, I finished like the first draft of the script, and I was like, okay, we're gonna start casting. And so we just kind of did that. We just kind of went right into it. And I don't think I actually was that fond of the story, or at least not the story, but like the script, how it was written. But I was like, let's just go with it, you know. And there were some obstacles during filming, just only because it was, you know, kind of done on a whim. But after finally like starting to film and all that, like it became fun, you know. It was my first time doing like a really big, not really big, but a bigger film. And so doing it was fun. Editing was not fun, but we'll talk about that later. But by the end of it, once we did the premiere, and this is where I kind of think like, this is what I really like about making films, is really the audience and seeing like how the audience reacts to your films. Because when you make your own films, like, yeah, I don't think Expectations is the best film out there, obviously, but if other people like it, you know, that kind of makes me like it a bit more, you know. Not saying like it's up to other people, but like allowing them to like enjoy it, like them and other people enjoying the film, you know, makes me want to make more films for people to enjoy, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's why a month later I made another film. Even that one was done on a whim too, but
I know you want to go, but I want to know, how many times have you watched it since it's been completed? Let's just do it in this. Don't give me a number. Just say a little, a lot, or a whole lot.
I don't think I've watched it a whole lot. I watched it quite a few times though. So like, here's how I kind of how I would like kind of look at that is, okay, I wrote the script, I never looked at it again until auditions, pretty much.
Oh wow.
First draft. I went off with the first draft, guys.
And I just want to let me plug something in right there, because everybody that came to audition, everybody said that they read the script and that's what they liked the most. They loved the script. So kudos to you on that, if nothing else.
I have better things coming, guys. Stay tuned.
She has better things coming, guys.
Okay, and we're going to have to end there.
Okay.
If you have more questions, please comment, and we will try to answer those in other videos. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video, where we talk about the whole process of making expectations from auditions to the premiere. And also stay tuned for another video where I talk about all of the things you didn't notice in expectations.
Right.
There's a lot of things. So these videos are especially for you other filmmakers out there, if you guys want to see all the mistakes that can be made.
Now they're going to go back and look at them. They're going to go back and
watch
it
many times. Watch it. You will notice. So we're going to end it here. Thank you for doing this video with me. Thank you, Abby. I know you're not here anymore, but thank you, Abby, for doing this video. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Yes. Bye.